Good morning and welcome to the Miles and David radio show where we slide into your DMs. Get it? David starts with a D, Miles starts with an M. All right. To call in today, 1-800-400-8484. One more time, that's 1-800-400-8484. We got a lot of things to talk about this morning. We're going to start it off with baseball and AL predictions. Miles, when it's all said and done, when 162 games have been played, who are your 5 teams from the AL making the playoffs?
Well, right now, I mean, in the American League East, there's kind of just, every team is still in the race, kind of, except the Red Sox, who are just a mess of a team right now. So, if I have to go with my gut, I think I'd pick maybe the Orioles to come out on top right now. I think, I don't really think any team in that division is good, like, at all, but I think they definitely have a shot to, make some noise in there and, pull something out. And then in the Central's a really good division. The Royals are pretty much the clear favorite in there. Maybe if they pick up a couple more pieces, and I could definitely see the Tigers coming back, but I heard that they want to do some selling, so I was thinking maybe, I think maybe I'd take like the Indians or there's definitely a couple teams from the Central you could see getting in there. And then from the West, I definitely think the Angels are probably the favorite out there. They're playing really good baseball right now. I mean, they just swept the Red Sox. That's not to say a lot because the Red Sox aren't good, but I just think that the Angels are a pretty good team. And then for the wild cards, I think there's a number of teams because the AL is really, really bad. So there's a number of teams you could see making a run there.
Okay. Who are your 2 wild card teams?
Wild card teams, I'll go with the gut and say maybe Yankees and Indians.
Yankees and Indians, I like it. All right, I'll run through them real quick. AL East, I have the Yankees winning. I just think they're far and away the best team in the AL East. I don't think that means they're a really great team, but the AL East is bad, and I think the Yankees have the pieces that they can put together and make a postseason run. They have the veteran players, guys who have been in the postseason before. In the Central, I have the Royals winning the Central, and then I have the Tigers ending up passing the Twins and making a wild card spot. I just can't see them not making a run. It seems like they always turn it on in the second half of the season. Right now, they're only 4 games behind the Twins, and I can't see the Twins holding it together much longer. In the West, I agree. I have the Angels winning the division, but I actually think that Houston can hold on to a wild card spot. I know that kind of seems, they haven't done it in a while, but they have good pitchers, and they've been playing well this year, so I have them sneaking into the playoffs just barely. And before we move on to our next topic, we got a caller. We got Billy from Jackson, Mississippi. What's going on, Billy? What's on your mind?
Not much, David and Miles. How are you guys doing today?
Doing well.
Great.
I got a question for you about the Red Sox. Do you think that they will move out of last place in the AL East, or will we continue to see the Red Sox continue to have a bad season?
I think the fact that they just got wrecked by washed-up Albert Pujols pretty much sums up their season in that sentence. I mean, he's having a good year, but he's not the player he used to be. And when they're throwing out a bunch of rookies against the Angels and expecting to win ball games, I mean, that's a good Angels team. But I mean, you score 2 runs in a 4-game series, you can't expect to see a lot of production back.
I agree. I think the Red Sox will finish last in the AL East. They're just a bad team. There's no way around it. Right now, they just don't have pitching. If you look at their starting rotation, it's awful. They spent a lot of money on hitters this year. Obviously, Sandoval and Hanley Ramirez were the 2 big signings. But when you don't have a good starting rotation and you don't have starters who can give you a solid 6 or 7 innings, and Rodriguez was one of their best pitchers, and last night he just got absolutely destroyed. Red Sox don't have pitching. I can't see them making any huge moves at the trade deadline. They're just not that good. I think they'll finish last for the 3rd time in 4 years. All right, so on to our next topic. We got Deflategate. Obviously, a lot of talk about whether or not the suspension will be reduced from 4 games to 2 to none. Maybe it'll stay at 4. Miles, in a minute or less, what do you think of this whole Deflategate thing, and how will it end?
Well, the day after I heard about it at the AFC Championship game, I really thought it'd be gone in a day. I thought it'd just be a Passover story, but they took this pretty seriously, and I honestly don't think it's that big of a deal. I mean, the Colts were garbage that entire game. They probably could have used tennis balls, and they still would have lost. So I think, whatever the NFL thinks is right is, I guess, is their decision. I mean, I don't really necessarily have to agree with it, but I think the Patriots are still good enough of a team. I mean, Jimmy Garoppolo is good enough to start on a number of teams in the league, so I think they'll be fine. It's not going to tarnish Tom Brady or anything, and they're not going to get stripped of their title, so they should be all right.
All right, I have a bold prediction here. I think that Tom Brady's suspension will be reduced to 0 games. I think that the NFLPA has come out and said that they're going to bring it to federal court if it's not. I mean, right now, as one guy said yesterday, it's a big game of chicken between Tom Brady and Roger Goodell. Roger Goodell has been a god-awful commissioner, especially in these last couple years, with the suspensions, the inconsistencies, Ray Rice getting suspended 2 games for beating his fiancée, and Josh Gordon getting suspended the whole season for marijuana. And now you have Tom Brady getting suspended 4 games because he might have deflated 2 footballs when he won by 21 points in the AFC Championship. And you have Greg Hardy with the same suspension for beating the crap out of a woman and throwing her on a mattress of assault rifles. It just doesn't make any sense. It's absolutely ridiculous. The Patriots are the greatest team ever. Tom Brady is the greatest human to ever walk the face of the earth, and he will win another ring this year. #1 for the thumb. That wraps it up for the David and Miles radio show. We will be back tomorrow morning where we talk about Tom Brady's wife.